Judith Knittel Meierhenry has inspired countless individuals through her work in education and has also served as a role model for women in the law profession. Encouraged by her parents to pursue higher education, Judith received undergraduate, graduate, and Juris Doctor degrees from the University of South Dakota. She forged a career in education before finding a passion for law. After stints in government and business, Judith was appointed as circuit judge in the 2nd Judicial Circuit Court in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The pinnacle of her legal career came when she was appointed to the South Dakota Supreme Court, serving as the first woman appointed to the state's highest court.
Wow, what a wonderful group to be part of. This is wonderful, and thank you all. It is such an honor to listen to all of these accomplished people and feel like I'm part of it. A little bit about my journey. First of all, I come from a long line of strong prairie women, beginning with my German great-grandmothers who brought their families from the steppes of Russia to the prairies of South Dakota. Then to my fearless grandmothers. My grandmother Knittel started her married life in a sod house on the homestead in Gregory County. And most importantly, my strong mother, who worked side by side with my father to make a living off that homestead farm. She was our iron woman. She was also an eternal optimist, sometimes annoyingly so. Whatever the problem, she always assured me, it will be okay. All of these women endured hardship and heartache, and they worked hard so that their children and grandchildren could have a better life. They were my role models. I could do no less. My parents were educated only through the 8th grade, believed that higher education was the ticket for their children to have a better life. That certainly worked for me. For 8 years in a one-room schoolhouse on the prairie, my teachers instilled a love of reading and a thirst for knowledge. Hundreds of library books and school books showed me the world and what was possible. Education has made all the difference in my life. Mark and I were married very young, and we had to work hard to get where we did. We had to figure out how to balance family with our educational and our professional ambitions. For me, leaving a teaching career and pushing into a male-dominated profession offered its own challenges. 50 years ago, when I started law school, few women had achieved a law degree at USD or been admitted to the South Dakota bar. The pressure to prove ourselves as women lawyers to our profession and to society was unforgiving and firm. Fortunately for me, I had a lot of support from my husband, Mark, and our other lawyer friends. One of our good college friends was Bill Janklow, and Bill opened the door that provided me a future path for my career. First as a cabinet secretary in his first term as governor, and finally an appointment to the South Dakota Supreme Court in his last term. After all, most of us have achieved our goals, and would not have achieved our goals if we had not had someone who saw our capabilities, gave us a break, and encouraged us to take that next step, and that was Bill Janklow for me. My first judgeship I owe to Governor George Mickelson. His appointment gave me the opportunity to help lead the way for women to follow and created my path to the Supreme Court. To my joy, women now make up a large percentage of South Dakota lawyers and judges. Finally, my best tribute and proudest achievement is my family, who are sitting down here. My son Todd and daughter Mary, their spouses Sabrina and Wade, my grandchildren at the next table, Michael, Max, May, John, Hannah, Margaret, and Amy, and Gavin, and my sisters-in-law, Peggy and Pat, and their husbands, Tom and Greg, and family who are no longer with us. My parents, Adolf and Anna Knittel, my older brother, Marvin, who thought I should have been in the Hall of Fame years ago, my sister, Arla, and my dear husband, Mark, who would have loved this. My dad always said, some people are just lucky. I believe that I'm one of the lucky ones. Lucky to have good parents from whom I learned to work hard and to have faith in the future and to trust that people are basically good. Lucky to have over my lifetime so many supportive, fun friends. My book club, who was here earlier, we were taking pictures, yes. And lucky to have a good family and lucky to live in South Dakota. I want to thank the Hall of Fame Board for the honor, and to my friend, Pat Ripel, who nominated me. Pat, everyone should have a friend like Pat Ripel. And to Chief Justice Gilbertson and Governor Dennis Dugard, Augustana President Stephanie Herseth Sandlin, and USD President Sheila Gestring, who wrote letters of support and gave testimonials. But finally, when it's all said and done, in my heart, I'm still that little farm girl, bound to the prairie, gazing out at the horizon, absolutely amazed at how my life unfolded. What a gift. Thank you.